Ev to Phil, August 14th, 1941. My angel, I found 4 letters in the mailbox this morning. Your letter, a card from Myra saying that she is spending another week in Atlantic City and will stay with me a few days next week, and 2 subpoenas from the draft board, one for Jack and one for Harry. It is necessary for them to get a signed statement from their respective employers showing what their salary was from August 1st, 1940 to January 1st, 1941, and from January 1941 to August 1941. Then they must appear before the board on page 2, Tuesday, August 19th, 1941 at 4:15 for the purpose of testifying in the case of Philip Strongman. At last, action! A few minutes later, I telephoned Mrs. Westing. I told her what I had accomplished during the past few weeks, and she also told me what she had done. On August 5th, 1941, she mailed a letter to the board giving all details of our case, plus a statement showing, quote, hardship, unquote, or the changes that had taken place. She also said that when she told me the board had sent, quote, an unfavorable letter, quote, it was not a, page 3, definite answer. She is awaiting a definite reply. I told her you expected to be transferred shortly, and she said she is going to send a letter to your camp to learn if it is possible to keep you at Fort Meade until definite action has been taken. If you are transferred, especially if you are on a 4-month maneuver, it may be impossible to obtain your discharge until your return. She is with us 100%, and believe me, we're going to need her. She was very nice to me. I asked if I should contact, page 4, her regularly, and she said, quote, by all means, end quote. She said she has no way of getting any news of what is happening at the board except through me, until she receives a definite decision. Sweet, you must see if something can be done to keep you at Meade. From all appearances, it seems as though we are really getting somewhere. Evidently, this new law is making it easier for us. It only stands to reason that I cannot go on without you or your aid for 2.5 years. At any rate, time is growing short. I'm pretty sure we will know which side of the fence we are on. Page 5, very shortly. I'm becoming more impatient than ever before. Mrs. Westing asked me how Mom's foot is coming along. I said that it just doesn't want to get better. She hobbles about on it, but only makes it worse. I also told her that I intended to call her on Monday, but I was so sick I had to stay in bed Tuesday and Wednesday. All this is the up-to-the-minute news concerning your discharge. Now, may I ask, what have you learned? I forgot to mention in my previous letters that it has been so cold here that people are wearing overcoats since Sunday. Page 6, evening. Autumn weather is definitely here. Phil, dear, I don't have to tell you how complicated matters will become if you leave Meade. The formalities required by the board takes loads of time. However, once conclusive proof is established of our inability to continue without you, I'm sure your discharge will be granted in a comparatively short period. The new law states that soldiers with dependents may request their release. If this is the case, you will probably be given attention which was not given previously. You must do something now. Page 7. If you find there is nothing you can do, we'll just sit tight and wait. I can't help reverting to the subject of your discharge. Things look encouraging, don't you think? I'm managing perfectly. I feel like a real housewife now. Jack's place is having a picnic at Brookline Country Club today. Consequently, he works until 1 p.m. and won't be home for supper. The nights are unbearably lonely. I lay on the couch and think of you all evening, or write to you to allay that lonely feeling. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't. I've noticed that I don't mind being alone, Page 8, during the day. I find the quiet atmosphere both relaxing and conducive to hard work. In the evening, however, I crave company and some excitement or form of entertainment, no matter how tired I am. I don't feel very well, but that's due to blank. I also called my mother. Everything and everyone is fine, and love and regards are forwarded. Eddie got a brand new bike, same as Jack's birthday gift. I sent Mom a card yesterday. Harry and I ate out again this evening. We are invited to the Browns for supper tomorrow night. Ben's. Page 9. Boyfriend Lenny was here a few minutes ago to tell me that the board had disallowed his claim and he must go. He says that boards 41 and 42 are the toughest in the city. If you are discharged, I think we'll throw a victory party, and I do mean victory. It's almost 9 o'clock and I'm all alone. Harry went someplace or other. I wish you were here, darling. Maybe you'll be here for good, soon. I love you, my dearest, and may the V. Page 10. In my love for you stand for our victory. Evelyn, Victory. P.S. I'm enclosing one stamp. This is all I have on hand at the present. P.P.S. Don't mind my handwriting. I was rather anxious to get my thoughts on paper quickly. P.P.P.S. This is what I call a long letter. Phil to Ev, Thursday, August 14th, 7 p.m. Evelyn, dearest, the night maneuver was even more grueling than I had imagined it would be. I won't trouble you with the sordid details. Suffice it to say that by 1 a.m. I was feeling so miserable, cold, and sleepy that I think I would have given a year of my life for a warm bath and a bed. We were on the go almost constantly from 10 p.m. last night till 12 noon today. It's such a welcome relief to just sit here on my bunk and write to you. One thing the Army does teach you that you couldn't possibly learn any other way is the blessings of home. I mean, rather, all the comforts and conveniences that are synonymous with the word. Whoever thought that just to be able to sit comfortably would be so heavenly? Your letter arrived shortly after I did. Your evident good spirits buoyed me up no end, sweet. That's how I like to see you. Believe it or not, it's still how I picture you, in spite of the recent decline of your usual boundless vitality and vivaciousness. Did I tell you that no other adjective fits you quite as well as the latter? It was always the quality that appealed to my stodgy self the most, and incidentally the one that drew me to you. I can easily understand why I admired this trait in you, simply because I lack this characteristic myself. Knowing this, Ev, should make you want to retain your sparkle, taking for granted, of course, the fact that you care enough for me to want to please me and desire to be loved by me. The more I think of it, the more convinced I am that it is these seeming inconsequentials that are the foundation of love. Because the important or basic elements of character in people is essentially the same, it remains for the individual characteristics to either attract or repel. Do you follow me? I know you do. Although you may have known this to be true, it's possible you never examined it in your mind's eye. Does all this seem odd to you, sweet? I mean, the fact that I'm writing it all out? Don't mind me. I'm just in a writing mood, and these are my thoughts. I find that writing clarifies my ideas. Page 2, which more often than not need clarifying. Writing also has a stimulating effect on me in that it acts as a mental tonic. Please bear with me, baby, when I, quote, run over, end quote, even when the phrases sound hackneyed, as they well might to you since you hear them over and over again. I was just thinking, what, again? That I can write more and say less than blank. Well, you supply the simile. To get down to mundane things, which incidentally applies to just about everything that happens, since it's all routine. On second thought, we'll skip it. It would be too boring for both of us if I told you again the events of a routine day. What's the matter with me today? I'm still writing and still saying nothing. Seriously though, honey, I'm tickled that you are apparently getting along so famously. Reading about Harry treating you to a meal at H&H gave me as much enjoyment as you had evidently had in the eating of it. Please convey my thanks to Harry for his kindness to you. What about Mom? Has she written yet? Did Yale leave yet? What does Limey have to say for himself? Beck, the company clerk, promised me tonight to see Lieutenant Miller about the affidavits. I can't seem to contact him. Well, Ev, just keep your fingers crossed and pray that I get home weekend after this, else I won't see you until the 26th. Here's hoping. More tomorrow, honey, and I hope it'll be news for a change. Keep smiling, sweet. That's how I love you. Yours forever and a day, Phil. P.S. Shucks, missed again. Know what I mean? Send stamps.